Mankind's need for recognition and power. Now, as a leader, you need to interact with your followers, peers, seniors, people who are there to support you in order to accomplish your objectives, your goals in life. And you must be able to understand them to motivate them. In order to motivate them, you must understand human nature. Human nature is the common qualities of all human beings, and people tend to behave towards these principles of human nature. These principles govern our behavior in a lot of ways. Now, human needs are an important part of human nature, of course. Their beliefs, their culture, their values, their customs, and all of these things may differ from location, from state to state or country to country and group to group. All people have similar needs, and some may have different. As a leader, you must understand that these needs are powerful motivators for these people. Now, to explain these needs, let's take Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, for instance. He felt that all human needs were arranged in a hierarchical order, and he based this theory in healthy, creative people who used all their talents instead of what everyone else was doing in psychology back then, which was just observing people who were living in poverty, people who did not have much to begin with. Now, there are two major groups of human needs: basic needs and meta needs. Basic needs are psychological, of course, such as food, water, and sleep, and psychological, such as affection, such as a sense of security, such as self-respect, self-esteem. These basic needs are also called deficiency needs because if they are not met by an individual, then that person will try their best to make up for this deficiency. The higher needs are called meta needs or being needs, or you can also call them growth needs. These include justice, goodness, beauty, order, unity, etc. Basic needs normally take priority over growth needs. For example, a person who lacks food or water or sleep will not normally attend to justice or beauty needs. The basic needs must normally be met before the meta or being needs above them. The four meta needs can be pursued in any order, depending upon a person's wants or circumstances, as long as the basic needs have all been met. So, in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the very first and most important need is physiological, which translates to food, water, shelter, etc. The second most important human need is safety, which means a human or a person needs to feel safe from any sort of immediate danger. The third most important need is a sense of belonging and affection. That can be translated to belonging to a group, belonging to a family, belonging to a country, and relationships with other people. The fourth most important human need is esteem, which means feeling that you're moving up in the world. Recognition, things like very few doubts about yourself. The fifth most important human need is cognitive, which means learning and contributing knowledge. The sixth most important human need is aesthetic, being at peace, more curious about inner workings of the world and everything. The next most important human need is self-actualization, knowing exactly who you are, where you're going, and what you want to accomplish, a state of overall well-being. And the last human need is self-transcendence, which means overcoming of the limits of the individual self and its desires in spiritual contemplation and realization. Now, based on this list of needs, Maslow posited that people want and are forever striving to meet various goals. Because the lower level needs are more immediate and urgent, then they can come into play as a source and direction of a person's goal if they are not satisfied. A need higher in the hierarchy will become a motive of behavior as long as the needs below it have been satisfied. Unsatisfied lower needs will dominate unsatisfied higher needs and must be satisfied before the person can climb up the hierarchy.